How you doing? Captain Brian from Captain Brian's Bees, and I'm here at the Barn Again apiary, and you can see our 4 hives here. We're going to build up, starting out with a 15 hive apiary. These ones actually came out of my hives going into my 3rd season, and these 3 hives came out of my 3 hives, and so those are all new. 2 of them we know are queen right. 1, we found some eggs and a little bit of larvae, but they're still building a lot of comb. They had to start fresh. This one we brought over last night. That's a Kenyan style hive I built. It's a little bit smaller. Usually they're about 4 times as long. But I just wanted, when I first started, I wanted to build this hive to see if I could do it. And then I ended up putting a swarm in there, an unforeseen swarm. And they took to that pretty good. We moved it last night. That's why we put this branch in front. So this morning when they came out, it helped them to immediately start orientation flights. So we're gonna go ahead and remove this. And we're gonna do a full dive inspection. This hive has not been inspected for going on 4 weeks. I know at least 3, because I just wanted to build it up. And you'll see that the comb is built on the bars itself. It's a natural way of beekeeping. Now, the only concern is we moved it last night. I had to drive it a few miles, and the bars have bowed up a little bit, so there was a little bit of shifting going on in there. So we might have to do a little bit of work inside the hive to fix that, and then the bees will have to repair the comb after that. But here we are. We're going to dive in here to these 3 we've already inspected, and this is the one that we really want to do a deep dive in. All right, going to just let them know we're coming. Now what's nice about a Kenyan hive is that these bars, you have a fowler board and you build the hive back. Now again, this is a small, this was literally an experiment of my own doing to see if I could build one. It's built out of scratch. We're up here in Long Island, New York, or out here on Long Island, New York, South Shore, and our winters are mild, but they can be cold. And this is a warm weather hive. It's really not good for, especially if you're in, say, upstate New York or Vermont. But they seem to take pretty good, and I made it very, very thick. So to give it some more R factor, if we do go into winter with this hive, we may just end up doing a cutout and putting them in a regular length trough. But right now, they really did very well. Again, keep in mind, these bees have been here about 3 weeks-ish. So I'm going to pull the fowler board out first. Now see how this is bowed up? This happened, I tried to drive as carefully as I could, but that happened last night. So we're going to have to take a look at that and see what damages came up. All right, let's pull this out. All right, you always keep the fowler board in because this is like taking out an extra frame or the last frame to give yourself room to work. Now what's nice about a Kenyan hive is as you inspect, you look at the bars and then you slide it and you actually close the hive back up as you're inspecting. And then of course you just move it all back, but that's nice. It keeps the bees nice and calm. So you always look, make sure your queen's not a wall crawler. Just give them a little squirt. Now, this bar here, I'll tell you right now, has been in this hive less than a week. And look at the brand new comb that they built. You always do it nice and easy because remember, there's no support on this comb and they can sometimes build wonky comb. And then you may have to cut it and adjust it. But now, oh, I'm sorry, this is actually the better comb that I actually was able to attach to this hive, and they like this one because I could tell you the better comb I had in before, they chewed it all up and put it on the bottom. They didn't like it, but this one they seem to have taken to. So when you do a inspection on a Kenyan hive, usually it's just a little piece of comb or a bar, actually a little piece of angled wood that they make a straight comb with. And you inspect it this way. You always keep it down vertical, or when you turn it, you want to turn to the side and then bring it up like that. And then upside down to inspect. Okay, and then you want to look at the other side, turn it, and down like that, and then you can inspect. So this is just resources in here. As you put it in, you slide it to the back, and then do the next one. Okay, now this has been in less than a week, and this is all real comb that they've built themselves. Now this one is not, they have attached it, so this one you really want to be, especially when it's new comb like this. So I'm going to look. Oh, looks like resources. And then again, you turn it sideways and then inspect like this. Now here, look at, they're already bringing in resources on this, making a little bit of bee bread. Gonna look for the queen. Now when we get into these next bars, you have your Sharpie? Yeah. This is Matt. He's the owner of Barn Again Apiary. And I always like to mark the bars, so I always keep them in the same direction, because nobody would like a stranger coming in and moving their furniture around. Oh, this is nice. They don't have those profiles up at all.
Yeah.
That's nice. See, gosh, I like this. Now this one, same way. This is all natural comb. Now here, again, they're just building this out. This is some resources here. They got some pollen stored. I don't see the queen. Now this is about 2 weeks. They've really built this up nice. Yep, some nectar in here. No queen. Now these next ones, they've been in there since the beginning. And this is where we might find the queen. Now, we
that was about 3
out,
weeks ago, right?
about 3 weeks. Definitely 3 weeks, maybe just a little bit less than 4. All right, they just moved a little bit, so we don't have much, I don't see any real damage. Oh boy, look at that. Isn't that nice?
Oh yeah.
Now I'm gonna look, because this was bowed up, and I wanna make sure this isn't cracked, because if it is, I'm not even gonna bother lifting it. I'm gonna just keep it vertical, and they can fix it. But once this breaks off, that's it, it's the game's over. I think it looks okay. All right, we got some larvae down here on the bottom. We got some open larvae down towards the bottom. And then I'm gonna put that back because the wind's starting to blow and be a little bit cooler. And I do see eggs as well. So she actually could be on this. So I'm just gonna take another quick look. All right, I'm satisfied she's not on here. All right, we lucked out. I think we lucked out. Nope, it's all separate. They've made some really nice comb. Now see how the hive is getting close? Wow, look at the brood on this. Look at that brood pattern. Here, I'll show you. Probably on the other side it's nice too. Oh yeah. Well, I'm inspecting this side for the queen. I usually like to keep it over there, but I'm doing this so you can see it. She's got a beautiful brood pattern. And she took to this hive right away. I was amazed. Hope you were all looking for the queen when I was holding it up there. And if you are on the bottom, say, hey, I saw her. Because I don't see her. right, so that's nice. Yeah, there's some eggs too, so she's freshly laid on this frame. So I'm gonna do one more quick little glance. See how you always keep it vertical like this, and on the side it can handle that. If you were to flip it, and I'll show you with the follower board. All right, I don't want to chill any brood, so I'm going to put this back. And that's another thing too, is that when you close it, now it's keeping that heat in. Ugh. I got one. Sorry girls. Sometimes that happens. You always want to be careful. My bad. If I was to take that frame that I just showed and flipped it like this, that comb would probably, as new as it is, and we're in the 70s right now, that would have probably broken right off that bar. That's why you always hold it vertical, turn it side, because it can handle that. It can handle the comb is strong enough for that. And then look at it sideways like this. If you want, you can turn it upside down. Back over, back here, and like that. All right, let's see if she's on this one, because this one also has some nice brood. Gotta do a little house cleaning. A couple bees got out last night when it bowed up like that. And now you try to be nice and easy, don't force it, because sometimes they can build the comb out against the side of it. And if that's the case, sometimes you have to remove a bar and then just take a long skinny knife like a bread knife and kind of just go down the side sometimes. But right now, since this is such a new hive, they haven't done that. All right, I'm gonna do the same thing. Go ahead and look for the queen on that side while I'm looking for her here. But yeah, nice brood pattern here. Got eggs, larvae. So we're gonna put this one back rather quick too, because we don't want to chill the brood. Okay, I don't see her. I'm gonna back over, hold her over the. There we go. Where are you, girl? Some of them can really trick you though. All right. Let's put this back. Now in the front there is one frame. I actually cut a piece of foundation. The plastic foundation. I cut a little piece and put it up there just to give it extra support and see if they would take to it. And we're gonna find that out. That'll be the last frame we inspect. Wow, this got some weight to it. All right. Brood, larvae. There she is. There she is. She's right on the, going towards the top. She's about to go over the top of it. See her? Can you see it, Matt? She's right there in the top, crawling towards the right. Yep, there she is. All right, so let's put her back. Now that we know she's in there, we got a nice queen.
She's a nice looking queen.
Now that we know we have, I don't even need to look, but I'm gonna close her up and then show you the last frame, because that's the one that we that I did the foundation. Okay, so we know the queen is protected now, so we'll yank this out. Now, as you can see in the corners, look at the corners. See how I cut that plastic piece? And they did, they liked it. There's some good resource on it, but they are drawing out a little bit of wonkier comb. So I probably wouldn't do that again. I would just use a little piece of actually foundation. I've done that. A couple of those are from that. Or just a little piece of strip of wood, or some even use like a little dowel, and it just gives the bees a guide. And they start out straight, they usually make it straight. Still though, you're gonna always treat the frame like that. Even though with this foundation, it probably gives it strength, but I'm not gonna, you always wanna stay in that habit. So they just gotta see that, now you can see it. But see how it's a little wonky?
Yeah.
But that's not bad. I mean, a Kenyan Hive comb is not gonna be perfect. Now that we know we have a beautiful queen, then all you do is just slide everything back nice and easy. And if they start to crawl up, just blow on it. I wish I would have done that on the first one here, but I ended up getting a couple bees, and they just go right back down when you blow on them. All right, that looks good. Fowler board goes back in. What I'm gonna do is end up taking this Fowler board out and just trimming it a little bit, because it's pushing a little bit too hard on the bars. And that's because I just, like I said, I built this as an experiment. Things are starting to expand a little bit more than I thought. So if you're interested in doing a Kenyan Hive, you're in a warm weather area, there's plenty of plans online to do it, okay? And just leave a little bit of room, make sure these frames aren't popping up. And that's it. That's it for the Kenyan Hive. It looks really good. It's a very small hive, so we are gonna probably end up having to take her out so she doesn't swarm, but I'm gonna wait until we start seeing swarm cells, because they still got a lot of room here to build comb. Yeah, Brian, signing off.